I can't seem to find enough copper. I have some strapping. Held this for a while. Nice and soft to start with too. I don't have to nail it. I was hoping to make an entire copper band, which means I need 28 inches of it. This is 28 inches. This is how much I have. I priced brass sheet recently, like half an hour ago. And brass sheet, can you shut that door? Just close it a bit, thanks.
Dad,
I'm live streaming.
I'm sorry.
What do you want?
I have a question, but can wait.
An hour?
Sure.
What is your question?
I was gonna see if you were working tomorrow when we're done school.
What do you mean? When you come home?
Yeah. Will you be home when we come home?
Yeah.
Will you be doing anything?
I don't know. Tomorrow?
Yeah, because I was wondering if we can go out to the neighbors to sell my plants.
Oh yeah, that's not a bad idea. We can take a look at that tomorrow, okay? Good idea. Child number 4, what's up? What do you want?
Can I get some mailbox?
No, you don't need to go to the mailbox today. There's nothing in the mail. Thank you. Okay. So, brass sheet, 1/4 inch thick brass sheet, a 3 foot by 4 foot section is $4,000 right now. And limited quantities. They don't even guarantee they have it until I pay for my order. So, copper. Look here. So this is a copper plate. It's thin, about the same thickness as this, actually. This is a spun copper plate, and whatever picture was on here has been flaking off for a while. So I'm gonna more than likely use this and this. And I have a couple ideas. If I cut this in half, I can dish one side and then dish the other side, and it'll be like the front and back pieces of a helmet accents. But I want to do some extra work to it. I'm not using brass. Just to be clear right now, brass is too expensive, and I'm down to my last little bit. Look, down here I got what's left of a kick plate from a door. This is from like the handle part of a door. I don't know what, like a nut, I don't know. Here's another one. This is it. This is all I've got. Okay, and apparently, what's that? 3 square feet? That's $1,000 worth of brass right now. So we're gonna stick with copper, even though prices for copper is quite a bit. This is good material. I need to get a hold of more sheet. Oh, I made this. This was last week. Made a nice little copper nasal and brows. Let's see if I have any more materials. I might end up just, I don't want to paint it. I don't want to paint anything. I got actually copper pipe. I use it all the time. And cut and flatten it out for different things. But let's see. This is the stinky bin. This is all sandpaper pretty much. And fiberglass. That's out of the way. I've been cleaning. As soon as the boat motor went, the big bench that I had in the middle of the garage is gone. Extra plumbing stuff. Here's a piece of brass. Here's a brass duck. This is a brass lamp. Solid brass, not cast zinc or anything like that. Most lamps like that would be zinc plated or like brass color, but zinking material, or not pewter. Oh, I can't remember. Doesn't matter. Let's see what we got here. Another brass thing. We're on an adventure. Trying to find building materials. Had about a gazillion brass plates over the years. I should have kept them all. Have a brass bell. That's nice. What else do we got here? Brass bathtub. Come on. Not really seeing any brass sheet or copper sheet around. I have copper pipe somewhere. Maybe I just put it in here. In the big tall bin. I don't see any. Oh, what's this? Please tell me it's brass. What's this? It's super lightweight. Yeah, so this looks like brass. It's got a couple things press fit into the end of it. But looks like it's solid brass. I gotta hold on to this. This is gonna be awesome in armor someday. If I get around to it. What else we got? Alright. Be fantastic if I had a bunch of those copper plates or brass plates, which I don't have. I don't even know what I was going to do in here today. I was looking for material. I want to build myself a new helmet, and I don't know what I want to build. But if I get copper and cut the pipe, I can flatten it and use that. It's a lot cheaper than buying already flat copper. For some reason. Oh, what's this? Here we go. Here's another one. That's about the right thickness. This is copper plated steel? What? That's not even copper. Electroplated steel, maybe? This is scrap. Can go in the scrap bin. Now what? That's a nice thing. Sheesh. You almost think like silver is more expensive, but doesn't seem like it. I could roll out some lead. Nice, soft, easy material to work with. I think I gotta get me some copper pipe. I've done it before. I seem to be all out. Oh, I thought I had more. I could have swore I had lots more copper pipe. Oh yeah, that's right. I did a washer dryer rerouting thing. I forgot. I used every bit I had. Yeah, that's gone. Oh well. Let me think. No, we scrapped that idea. I wanted to make a pitch bowl. Just a small one. Let's see. I got a small bowl here. Not this. This is a small bowl. I don't even know what this is made out of. Aluminum? Brass? If it's a brass bowl, look at this. This is a nice little bowl. This is a Value Village one. Savers. This is a nice little bead. If I cut that nicely, it'll make a nice trim piece for some armor. And I bet But that's stainless. But it's neat that that's like that. Anyway, let's put that there. Figure out what I want to do. Usually, I have a project on the go, but I currently do not have anyone needing a helmet. So yeah, I've got all but one helmet. Oh yeah, that one. The wolf face. This thing. This thing. I haven't made any progress on this helmet. I think this is the helmet. But it needs more. It needs more what do you call it? Needs more attention. This is a Viking-esque cage I welded up for somebody, and I was making this, but kept getting hung up over here like this on the cheek plate because of the reinforcements I put in here. Would make a nice helmet when I'm done. This is, I don't want to do that one. I don't even know what I want to do. Coming in without a plan. I printed off a picture to get me like, so this is a very famous helmet. Everybody that's into medieval stuff has probably heard of or seen this. Bingo. Helmets. But it's silver plate. It's silver or like white metal. You know what I do have? I have a lot of pewter and tin. I could make pewter pieces by making pewter sheet. And then I'd have to make all the dies. I'd have to make dies, hammer it into the die, or I could chase the whole thing into a bucket of pitch. Oh, that's what I should be looking for. A bag of pitch. I got the smallest amount we've ever seen. Oh, look. Is this silver? This is silver. International Silver Company. How much is silver worth? This was like the only sterling silver cup I ever got. It's right here. Held onto it for years. Here is some tin. Here's some tin, pewter, right here. I think it's quite malleable, relatively soft. I wonder if I hit it a bit, would it expand? Oh, let's try it. Make some noise. So, I've not worked with this material too much, but it's quite soft, and I'm aware of that, but I've only ever cast it. You know what? I think this might be pretty awesome if I make so much noise. I think I'm going to try to flatten this out. There's a little bit of imperfections that made it into the final bit. So if I just grind that off, I'm going to get my ear protection, turn on the air compressor, and then use my power hammer to see if I can't make a sheet out of this pewter. Get my air compressor on the go. It means I might have to unplug the heater. There's the heater off. Air compressor plugged in. Put it on. Let's turn it on. Oh, make lots of noise. Get this. Let's move this just cause. Just cause. There we go. What terrible footage. I'm sorry. No safety glasses required. Here's the piece. What? What happened? I mean, it's working. How tedious is this? think I'm gonna hit it with a hammer a bit first and see what happens. Down here. Kind of just had an idea. This is most certainly working. It's getting bigger. But if I sandwich it between two pieces of metal, it might go a little bit faster. Let's see what I got. I don't want to do it on the counter. Wonder if I got a couple big plates. Oh, I got... That's not big and flat though. Hold on. Let's see what we got over here. I got everything in the world in my garage, but I don't have everything I need all the time in my garage. This is another water blender. So much stuff. Ow. buying homes. That's a big block of armor. That's a piece of steel. That's just thin though. If I was able to like sandwich it and keep hitting it, I'm trying to think, would that spread it out or not? I have this. I found a piece of ivy one time. And I could put it in this vise right here like this. I cut it in half. I think I gave my friend Shane this. The other half. Because I didn't need both. I don't think he even needed it, but he took it. Let's see if this works. Any? Oh. Whoa. That works. Let me get my air muffs again. You know what? Nope. Let's do this. Uh-oh. Hulk Hogan fell. You go to the gym? No. Why not? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Oh, it's getting bigger. I think I have another one that I made over here somewhere. It should show the starting size. Whew. That's lead. There. This is very close to the starting size. And then we're half the thickness of this hunk of metal. I'm sure that sounds hilarious. Rummaging through metals, things falling off my counter. Let's see. Now we're making it bigger. See if a different hammer would help it. Now that it's thinner, I could probably move it more. My templates. My paper. Stay. Everything stay. Everything stays, we'll keep going. Woo. Oh, yeah. All right, let's put it back in the hammer. See what happens. bet you know what's funny? I probably melted this down out of a pewter plate or a cup or something like that. I could have easily just used that. But I wanted to smelt it first to get rid of the impurities. Now we've got this nice piece to work with, but it's tedious. Come on. Oh, look. Found utensils made of brass. That's neat. I wondered where they were. If I remember that they're here, I'll be able to find them next time. Oh, boy. So I think I have epically failed at flattening out this piece of metal. I got cracks. I have got fracture cracks right here. They got a little hard. Let's see if I even have fire ability right now. I don't even see my torch kit. So, oh yeah, that's right. I was out of fuel and I was down to propane bottles instead of the mixed. Oh, more templates. I put all my templates in one drawer real quick. Like 10 years worth of templates I've made, all in one spot. They just fell, which is fine because when I make them and I use them and I cut it out, trace whatever, and I shove them back in there. And often, if I'm gonna make a piece of metal, I'll cut out an identical piece of metal and just leave it over there because if it's something I know I'm gonna make again, it's already nice to walk up and grab a piece that's already cut. Trace it out on another piece of metal and then work from there. I can't believe that. I guess I work hardened it too much. Even on soft metal, this is really hard material now. I beat it until it was hard. Well, I should make pinch rollers. Lesson learned. Even pewter can crack like that. I could just mix some lead in with it next time and it wouldn't crack so much. Epic fail. Again. This in my other videos where I've made armor, I've talked about this. Where I get discouraged because I mess up something and then I don't touch it for a very long time. This is one of those moments where it's like, now I have failed and I will probably not want to tackle this one again for some time until I figure out how to do something better or like, you know, an easier way to do it. And this is all to avoid what? Buying $4,000 worth of brass? Guess that works, but vertebrae. Pig vertebrae. Red or white-tailed deer jaw. Would you look at that? Would you just look at it? Pretty sharp teeth. Sharper than mine, anyway. Wouldn't want to get into a fight with that guy. Man. Epic fail. Well, steel's a little more forgiving with the cracks. If it's round, it doesn't work hard and fast as I can dish it. Yeah, I think I'm going to design and make a pair of pinch rollers so that I can roll this. Not this piece. I'm going to have to make another one. That piece is garbage. Well, I can melt it down and make again. And if I make it thinner to start with, that would help. Man, why does material have to be so expensive? $4,000 for brass. Let's see, what else can we do here? We got other material I can hammer flat. I'm not 100% sure the content. Oh, where did I put that piece? I just put a piece aside knowing I could get to it later. This is pewter. Look at that. It's already thinner. Made in Holland. This looks like it's brazed on. It could probably be ripped off easy with a big pair of channel locks. Adjusting. Let's see if we can get that off. Got it. That's still good. And cutters. Do I have cutters? Where's my cutters? There's a pair. These will work. Maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna cut down this. Let's see if I can't flatten it. It'll be softer than dishing from a cast piece. Making razor sharp edges. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm hoping. Oh, it's not even consistent. Well, there's a lesson for you. This is important to know. This isn't even all the same thickness. It appears to be much thinner inside the biggest belly of it, which makes sense now that I look at it. And there's a big line through it. Like it's going to rip apart right at the seam. At the belly of it. See? Look at that. There's a piece though. That could be melted down. That's pretty thick at the bottom. I'm wondering if there's anything inside. That we got. Let's see what we got here. This I could flatten out, and then I'd have a piece to work with. Ooh. Well, I should have done this like an hour ago. Well, it's coming out pretty flat. Trying to keep the wrinkles out. Don't want any piece to fold over itself too much, then I won't be able to get it out. Look at that. Would you look at that? Would you just look at it? That was a cup. It's not too hard. I can still work it. Work it, baby, work it. That picture I had. Would you look at that? Would you just look at it? That's a pretty good shape for what I wanted to do. I don't need this whole section here, though. Let's see if I can cut it with a line. I'm going to draw a line. Then I'm going to cut some. Cut this. Cut this. There we go. I can hear some kids screaming in the background, hoping they stop. I'm gonna come down a little bit more. Gotta go by eye. like doing things by measuring. Sometimes measurements might be right, but it'll look wrong. Let's see, is this enough for an eye plate, an ocular? 1, 2, and it's one swoosh. Let's see my face. Oh yeah, it's big enough for my face. Perfect. Let's see. Snips. I got the ones I can cut paper with. Oh yeah, this stuff cuts great. Had a feeling it would. I may or may not have cut this material in the past. Let's remove edges of steel, rolled edges with a steel bar in it. Take a piece of scrap, make it worth more by removing the steel. Before I realized I could just melt them. Let's cut this piece here. Oh yeah. That's perfect. I'm gonna cut this center off. I'm holding on to these, I'm gonna melt them down again. Basically, I got a whole bucket of stuff over there that I melt down when I have a chance to. Trim off a bit of obvious. Don't need that. Need this. That's still a bit thick. Let's cut a bit more. Oh, that's pretty close. I can always file it down, but because it's a soft metal, I am 100% going to back this with a piece of steel. Probably exactly the same size and shape. Let's see. I think I might have a piece of steel close to that size and shape already. If I just look for it, I might find it. Now that every piece of steel I have is flung across the floor. Oh! A friend of mine gave me this. I think it's all stainless. It's all stainless strapping, meant for like it's got backing on it for a laser table or something like that. What? Oh, I missed that comment. How come it doesn't say it again? If I click on the comments. All message visible, but I can't read it. I'll read it after. I'm gonna have to cut it out of this. This is a draw piece. Nope. Nope. Close. There. There we go. That'll get me close, and I can work it down from this. No diggity. Have to bag it up. All right. That's gonna be my piece. I'm tracing it now while it's flat in case I do something to it and it gets smaller. I can always trim it a bit, this piece. But I like to have it traced while it's a flat piece so I have a rough cut out from it. I have somewhere, and because it's cold enough, I might be able to do it. Where is my plaster scene? Ah, right here. So before roofing hit, I don't even remember what this was for. can go there. This is a giant thing of somewhat extremely difficult to use plasticine. I bought every brick of plasticine they had. I bought a big Tupperware container, cut the walls off of it, and if I ever want to carve things into metal, all I do is try to find a flat spot. Put it on here, right? Because I don't have pitch, and roofing pitch is hard to come by, and from what I've seen, very expensive around here anyway. But this is like hard plasticine that really gives a good backing. The colder it is, sometimes the better it works. I'm gonna take a second to see if I can't draw something similar to what's on this helmet. So if I want an edge piece all around it, right? So that this part will be covered by a piece of brass. I can make a nice thin piece of brass for this to ornament it. Maybe just copper. Sheet and copper. That would be all right. Then on the other side, I could probably do the same. Right. Room 259. What's that from? Monty Python. No. The Meaning of Life. There we go. Oh, waiter, this conversation isn't very interesting. Oh. Right, I'm not going to leave a space. There we go. Look. Outline, I'm not going to hammer inside or outside of the line. I'm going to, I really wish this was flatter here. Take a minute to make it flatter. I'm going to draw some sort of knot. Where's the nose piece? Generalized nose piece. That's the width of the centerpiece of a nose. I'm going to leave that spot void for a nasal piece. And that looks about right. Can you see what I'm doing? Whoa! See? Cut the nasal piece short. So I'm going to draw a design within here. It can go past the line this way, but it's going to be flat underneath any nasal or on the edge pieces. I'm going to try to do something like that. Sorry about the bad cameras. Angles. No editing required. Oh. Better. Okay. Yep, that's good. Good enough. Let's draw circle. How does that go? Circle out, circle in. This piece goes over top and underneath. I'm terrible at drawing these weave looking things. It's quite a bit bigger than mine, but let's see if I can. I messed that up. Good thing it wipes off. That's what erasers are for. Happy little accidents, right? And then this side, go under, and then over. Oh yeah, at drawings. Under, over. These ones, wipe that off. Oops. And then over top. Look at that. There we go. So there's my general layout of that side. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Did I just mess that up? No. How can you mess up something if you haven't hammered it out yet? Here we go. Something like that. That one is not as nearly as good as the first one. Let's go over there. I just need a second to fix it. It's a little bit wonky. Let's see. This could be a little straighter. And this can be more consistent in length and width and this hole is too big. Screw it. Let's erase it. Try again. Try again. Okay. Let's see. Got it. Dang it. Close. Almost done. Almost got it. Almost got it. There we go. Dang it. This section's too straight. Which means it doesn't go high enough. Then it doesn't curve enough. Now it's curving enough. Now this one's curving enough. Yeah. Okay. Trying to match the sides. A little weave on both. Put this back on the flat. Yeah, close enough. Let's see. There's all these dots too throughout it. They look like they're pushed from the back. I have all these custom punches here, and I have used them quite a bit over the years, and I have made all of them round intentionally because they were cheap. Princess Auto chisels. Well, that's a hole punch. Oh, here we go. So these are basically, I have one of these flat too. Somewhere right nearby in this general vicinity. I have a flat chisel too, the diamond chip one. So these are the ones that I have and only ever exclusively used to hammer into metal. I don't care. These ones are rounder. I'm going to use this one. It's a bit pointy, but they were cheap. So I could even sand it down a bit. Oh yeah. That sounds terrific, doesn't it? Oh yeah, it's not sharp anymore. There we go. Since I don't have a proper chasing or reposé hammer, I use this hammer, and I put hockey tape on the end, some cording, and that is pretty much it. No, it's too sharp. Let me see. Is this plugged in? Yep. Come on. Come on. Yeah, it's a little less sharp. Hopefully I can move the material in better. Yep, it's going in pretty good. I think what I want to do is move this, because then you can see me. What am I doing here? Moving the camera. Let's move this. Let's move you down. This part is somewhat tedious, but worth every bit of design element it brings. should just have like 3 tripods. Now you're going to be sitting on the table. Whoa. Oh, hey, I just figured out by mistake how to view comments. That sucks after all that. Yeah, right? Bone scrapper now. Pewter, who's... Oh, Javi wants to know what we're making. What are we making? We are working on pieces towards... How do I get rid of the comment now? Yeah, we're making pieces towards an attempt at some decoration from this particular helmet. But it doesn't mean I'm going to succeed. It just means I'm going to make some effort into trying to make some pieces. And I'm using all of my improvised tools like chisels instead of the proper ones. On plasticine instead of roofing pitch. I'm using pewter and tin instead of silver plate, and this was a pot of something, some kind of cup, ornament cup. Let's see here. Can you see me? Can you see me? There we go. So you can see how terrible this process is. I'm going to get a few baselines down so I don't have to worry about the Sharpie coming off. It's a little bit like hammering into leather. This stuff is so soft. I kind of like it. Easier than steel for sure. Serious. Don't mess it up! Don't mess it up! No! Okay, I won't. Obviously, things are still falling off of my workbench. Bring some entertainment to myself. Let's see if I can push it with these. This one's not done. So this, I can push this section. Try to get the lines nice, and then I can push down the rest of the material into the plasticine. Let's try. Look at that. is working a little bit. This always makes my hand tired. There's guys that do amazing chiseling and sculpting, and it looks like they could just do this all day. I don't know how. I am not like that. Maybe it's just years of work. Super strong dad strength. Ooh. Hey, hey-o, here we go. This, I think it's called Chasing a Represé. There's so many, like, people starting to do this, but I can't, like, I don't know. I don't know if I have the patience for entire helmets worth of this stuff. The amount of work it goes in just to get a little bit. I'm working on it. With the pitch, they melt the pitch and stick the parts in it, put it in the freezer. To get different types of pitch, like there's like medium and rough, like hard and soft. But I have plasticine. If I want it harder, it's going in the freezer. You know, you know. Let's see, did I get all the lines? Nope. Still got some line here. The main outer line. The last thing I want to do, and I've done this before actually, I made a Punisher skull for a helmet, which is over here. This one. I made this Punisher skull twice. So this helmet, I got some hammering in. This Punisher skull, the first time I made it, I blew through the top of the steel. Don't ask me how, but I blew through the top of the steel and like, I had to restart that piece. But the good thing about it being a Spangenhelm is that I could just make a new small piece. I didn't have to start over the whole thing. Oh yeah. Here we go. Sorry, I know you can't see every little thing I'm doing here, but I don't care. See, these lines are in. These lines are going in. All right. Whew. I think I'm just going to flatten it out just a little bit. Maybe I should just finish this. I can always run it over with some heat once I get my torch back, and then I'll flatten it up. Yeah, that's probably a better idea. I don't want any more cracks. Oh yeah. I do like the dimpled look on armor pieces like this, but I have seen a lot of people aim for flatness in the valleys. But what I'm using is a pointed round one so that it's leaving a dimple, a little texture to hide imperfections in my work. Dimples. See if I can clean up some more of this. Not too terrible. Not too terrible. It's punched in. Now I gotta punch it out a little bit. Let's put it right here. Do I have a nice round one? Big flat one. This is a flat one. Let's use this. This is like the one advantage I've seen over doing this on plasticine than over pitch. Because you can flip this piece back and forth as long as you mush plasticine into it. You don't have to heat it up. And that whole process takes some time. It's gotten quite a bit more depth in there. It's not the prettiest, but I can keep going and keep going and keep going until I say I can't do it anymore. Oops. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. I mean, when you put on a helmet, and you put a bunch of details in it, it won't, you won't see 100% of the details, so you won't see 100% of the mistakes either. So that's kind of good. From 3 to 6 feet away, that's the goal. I know people are making dies and hammering these into dies, but this is so much more work. I thought it would be a good idea to do it the hard way. Just to see, you know? Why would I think that? I don't know. Why would I do it the hard way? No idea. Let's see. Pushing the metal around. Pushing metal around. Ugh. Blech. There, look at that. It's starting to come up. Starting to get some depth a little bit. You could literally just keep doing this. Until it's as clean of a line as you want. Whew. Look at that. I'm liking it. It's not a very big knot or weave or anything. It's just a little twist, but still. It makes it so much stronger too when you dish it out. This piece is still flexible, and yeah, I work hard in it. But look, this is quite rigid. I could barely bend it, and it's super thin, right? So I'm quite happy with that. How it's turning out right there. I'm getting tired though.